So here in this module, we will cover the second part of the same chapter, the comet. So we have read that how a common man of Calcutta, whose name was Dattada, he discovered a comet, and finally the IIA, Indian Institute of Astrophysics, published this news in the newspaper Anand Bazar Patrika and made this news official. So now Dattada is having two problems in his life. Is number one is that as he was an introverted man, so he hesitate to meet the people as they invite them in the gatherings like parties, different kind of ceremonies, etc. And second, he is having a problem that his wife, she thinks that comets are ill lucky, they bring calamities to the earth, disaster to the earth. So this two issues he was uh, thinking of, or these two issues were the problem now for Dattada. Now here in the second part we will start that how the story changed all of sudden, and we will see here the other part of the story which is going on in British in London. So here the view is of King's College. Here there was a butler. He whispered something into the ear of Provost and finally handed over him an envelope. And what did he did, Provost? He just given the envelope to James. James, first of all, I want to make this thing very clear here that James is having his full name, Dr. James Fortis. So this is the full name of James. So many times they will call only Fortis, Dr. Fortis. So no need to get confused. James and Dr. Fortis both are the same person. His full name is Dr. Fortis. So here he had given, Provost beckoned James and passed that envelope to him. So this envelope, when he was opening, he find out that there was a note given on the envelope. What was that note? So on the note it was mentioned that James have to leave for the London at the same night because there is something very confidential which which Sir John McPherson wants to discuss with him. So he needs to tell no one about this envelope and where he is going. He want this thing to be secret. And there was mentioned at the last that this envelope was by or from Defense Science Advisor. From there they have given this envelope to the James. Now what happened? Same night, now James anyhow went there, London. They have mentioned that they have done all the arrangements for him to stay there. He will not get trouble. Then a person whose name was Johnson was the security officer there in the Whitehall where James has been called. So Johnson, when James introduced himself to Johnson know why and who had called him. So simply he take James to John McPherson and introduce John McPherson to James, and he simply left from there. Now what the scenario or what will be the conversation will go between James and John McPherson? Let's find out. John McPherson introduced himself that he is John McPherson and he is having a letter paper in his hand. When James saw that paper in the hand of John Macpherson, he got surprised, or you can say that he got shocked, because that was the original manuscript of James, which he had written, and he had given this manuscript to the Nature. Nature is here magazine. He had given this manuscript to the Nature, but now and how this manuscript is in the hand of John Macpherson? This was the question going inside the mind of James. So he questioned this thing from John Macpherson, that how you get this paper, who had given you this thing, this the original one. So John said that yes, the friend, here his name is Taylor, the friend Taylor, uh, who is the editor of Nature, is his friend, friend of John Macpherson. He had given this envelope, this letter to him, and he want to discuss about whatever James have written in this envelope. That's why he called James here. I think this much is clear, because this second part of the story is totally different. Now this is not the story which is continued of Dattada. Here we will find out it is completely different. It's a scenario which is going on in London. So I think it's all the characters are clear here. I am telling you once again, till now we have read three characters. Number one was your James, who was there, the advisor of King's College. He was of King, belongs from King's College. Now he got an envelope which was given by Butler, and in that envelope there was mention that he have to go London at the same night. He went London, and there he meet Johnson. Johnson was the security guard of Whitehall. He take James to John Macpherson. John Macpherson was the man who called James, who had given or asked him to keep this meeting secret or confidential. So there are three persons till now we have read. So what was actually written in that paper, let's find out. So in that paper, it was clearly mentioned by James, by his calculation which he had done, that very soon a comet is going to collapse from our earth. So this information James had mentioned over there in the letter, and he had given this letter to Taylor to publish this news in the newspaper or magazine Nature. But Johnson don't want to publish this news in the Nature magazine, because according to him, if this news is real, then everybody, like every single man of the earth, will get panic from this disaster which is going to be happen. And he was not sure that how James is so confident about this collusion. Maybe he is wrong, maybe this is not going to be happen. So that's why he called James there to discuss about this news. I think this much is clear to you all. Actually, John Macpherson warned that if this news is real, then they should stop this collusion. But James was surprised. He said ki how we can stop this collusion, because it's a natural happening. We can't stop. But John Macpherson decided ki yes, if we can't stop, it means the two brains can't stop this, then I will call experts from all over the world. Maybe they will give us some solution regarding this collusion. Maybe they will tell us some idea how to stop this collusion. So that's why this meeting was going on. So they at last they decided to organize a conference in which they will call all the experts from all over the world, and they will discuss about this issue, this matter, that how they can stop this collusion which is going to happen in this nature. So this much is there in this the comet first part. Two incidents are here. The first part is of the person of Calcutta, and the second part, the same topic they are discussing, of the collision which is happening here in London. So both are now sure and they are confirmed with their side that a comet is arriving towards Earth. But now John McPherson, he wants to do something to stop this collision. Let's find out what he will do, and that we will continue in chapter number 2, or the Comet 2. So this much is there. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much.